Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the Access Officer for the Forest of Bowland AOMB. The Tramper is an easy-to-use all-terrain scooter designed to help anyone with limited mobility to enjoy the countryside on one of our tramper routes. Our Tramper is an ideal way to help you to get out and enjoy the fantastic views of the Sabden Valley. This film is designed to be an introduction to the controls and will also be a good refresher if it's been a while since you last used the Tramper. We will take you through the basics of operating the vehicle, and you'll also get a one-to-one induction before your first trip. You'll need someone to accompany you on the route, so it's a great way to be out and about with a friend or as part of a group. But if you'd like them to, our volunteers are also happy to accompany you where possible. Full details of how to book the Tramper are at the end of this film. So the first thing when you're getting yourself into the Tramper is to make yourself comfortable. So as you come to the Tramper, make sure that the armrest is up. You can sit yourself onto the Tramper and get your feet comfortable on the foot plate. If you need to move the seat backwards and forwards, there's a handle here which if you pull upwards, the seat will slide backwards and forwards. And get that in a position where your feet are nice and flat on the angled bit of foot plate. That means that your feet will stay within the Tramper and you'll not be tempted to put your foot outside of the Tramper when you're in motion. So the next thing to think about is the position of the backrest. So we have an adjustable handle here where if you pull that handle, the seat moves backwards and forwards. So just get yourself in a position where you feel like you're comfortable, and then you can move the armrest so that that's in a position where you can rest your arm comfortably on there and have your hand on the twist grip. To adjust the height of the handrest, just simply on the lower side there's a dial. You just move that in a clockwise direction and it raises the height of the armrest. There is a stick holder at the back of the Tramper, so if you've got walking sticks that you need, they just slot into the bottom and they clip in at the top, so they're kept nice and secure. So once you've got your feet flat on the plate in front of you and you've got your hands comfortably on the handlebars with the armrests down and adjusted in the right place so that you can sit really nice and comfortably, we can look at the controls. So on the Tramper we've got the dashboard, where on the left hand side we've got the controls which include the indicators, which are left and right. We've got hazard lights, which is just a button that you push that turns them on and off. You've got headlights, which is in the up position is off, in the down position is on, and then the final part is the horn. So the display in the centre is the battery level of the Tramper. So on this Tramper at the moment it's showing 99%, and usually the Tramper would be fully charged when you receive it. If the Tramper is getting a lower charge, once it gets down to something like between 50% down to 20%, you'll need to inform the hire people that it needs to be recharged. On the right hand side of the dash we've got probably the more crucial instruments. We've got the hare and the tortoise, we've got forwards and backwards, and we've got the speed. So the hare and the tortoise setting I think of as being the gears. The dial here in the bottom right is like the accelerator, which is just literally a twist in the clockwise direction that increases the speed. So when you start, you're much better to have the Tramper in the tortoise, which just clicks down and the dial turns right down. As you get more confident, you can just simply adjust the speed as you're moving, and that will increase as you're moving forward. If you get more confident, the best thing to do would be to turn that speed down whilst in tortoise, but then you can move into hare just by clicking the switch. You can then adjust your speed to make it a much more comfortable speed for you to be moving forward in. The first thing to do is to select whether or not you're moving forwards or backwards. Usually you'd be starting in the forwards position, but if you do need to reverse, it's up for forward down for reverse. So the next thing to consider with the tramper is which hand you are stronger with and which one you're more comfortable using, because it's a twist grip. So to go, you would pull the tramper grip towards you. To stop, you would let go. Your hand needs to hold the grip in that position for it to move, so you need to decide whether or not you're confident with your left hand or your right hand. Once you've decided whether it's to be left and right, there's a control on the dash which can be adjusted. It says left and right on it, and it's quite simply a matter of pulling the stick out towards you and either moving it to the left if it's the left grip, or to the right if it's the right grip. So when you're ready to move off, simply turn the key on the right hand side and the status light will come on. At that point, making sure that you've got the tramper going forward and that you've got it in tortoise, you twist the grip and you can move forward. And then to stop, you simply let go. So to steer the tramper, we've got the handlebars. So it's quite simple that you push and you pull with one hand and the other. So to move left, as we twist the grip to move, we pull the left handle towards us and push the right handle away like you would on a bicycle. And to move to the right, you pull the right hand grip towards you and the left hand grip away. When you stop, if you stop the tramper and you're thinking of getting out of the tramper, always turn the key off, because if you're tempted to get out, sometimes people will put their hand on the grip and twist and move, and if you do that and the key's on, then the tramper will move. So it's much better turn the key off, then the tramper's fine. The other thing to remember when you stop is try and remember to leave the tramper in the forward motion position, because otherwise when you start to move again, you might go backwards when you're expecting to go forwards. So when you're starting on a hill, you need to be more confident using the throttle, and you need to pull it towards you quickly and keep it in position, and then you will move forward and you won't roll backwards. In the event that you do need to reverse, remember to adjust the control to reverse, and then you've got your mirror if you want to look behind you and you can't look over your shoulder, and then just simply twist the grip and you'll start to move backwards and release to stop. Don't forget the countryside code. When you go through a gate, make sure you leave it as you find it and make sure that they've been closed.